Have to move briskly.
A brief historical account of the Ritvik system in ISKCON, as was established by Prabhupada, and I
shall also call on one or two witnesses who can give some personal testimony with respect to statements made by Srila Prabhupada and the Ritvik system. So this system was introduced in 1973. I'm going to read a small from a letter from Swami, which Prabhupada wrote on 4th of January 1973. He says, "So I think you now may be appointed by me to give first initiations to my new disciples by chanting on their beads on my behalf. In America, Kirtanananda Swami is doing that. Now, of you, that will give me great relief. Kirtanananda will chant on the beads for new devotees in America, Canada, like that. You can chant on the beads for European continent's new disciples. They shall, of course, still be considered my disciples. Not that they shall become your disciples. You will be to chant their beads, and that is the same effect of binding master and disciple as if I were personally chanting." So that empowerment was given to a number of devotees during Prabhupada's physical presence, generally sannyasis, the first of Kirtanananda, Rebhatinandan, then there are other letters to other persons who were similarly empowered. At any rate, we're more interested in what happened in 1977, but there's the established fact of the system being set up by Srila Prabhupada. In May of 1977, the final Leela of Prabhupada began. On the 17th of May, Srila Prabhupada traveled from Rishikesh to Vrindavan, where he announced that he was soon to leave his body. So, in that month, some discussions began about setting up a Ritvik Acharya. Sometime around the 23rd of May, Srila Prabhupada mentioned to Tamal Krishna Goswami that he would appoint some Ritviks, and I'd like to call on Gauridas Pandit Das to state his recollections of the talks that occurred around that time.
Well, we were in Rishikesh in 1977, May 16th. May 16th, Prabhupada, we were planning to go to Chandigarh in 2 weeks. Prabhupada was not, at that time, planning on leaving the planet. And then there was a big storm that night. And the power was going on and off, lights were going on and off. And me and Tamal Krishna Maharaj and Pradyumna were staying downstairs in the house. And Upendra Prabhu came downstairs and told us at 2:30 in the morning that Prabhupada said that tomorrow we will go to Vrindavan, better to die in Vrindavan. And so we were all shocked at hearing this first information that Prabhupada said he's going to leave the planet. So Pradyumna and myself were sent to Vrindavan to make arrangements for Prabhupada's arrival. And we got there, we woke up Akshayananda Maharaj and before Mangalartik, and we advised him of Prabhupada's statement. And so all the devotees started cleaning Prabhupada's room. And then Prabhupada, I'll keep it short, but he called all the devotees into his room, and he gave a lecture saying that I'm coming here to leave my body, but you should not lament. I've given you everything in my books, and if you simply read my books and cooperate with your god brothers, everything will go on nicely. And he went on speaking, saying devotees were starting to cry and say, Prabhupada, no, you can't leave us. And Prabhupada just said over and over, I am in my books. If you follow my books, read my books, cooperate with your god brothers, everything will go on nicely. And then a few days later, approximately on or around May 23rd, in Prabhupada's garden, Prabhupada, Tamal kept reading Prabhupada letters that these devotees want to get initiated. Temple presidents are writing so many letters. And Prabhupada said, so, I will announce Ritvik Acharyas will initiate disciples on my behalf when I leave the planet. And at the time I was a brahmachari from a very young age. Up till that time, I had a very good memory, clear. I wrote this information to Satsvarup Maharaj in 1978, just a few months after, when I was surprised to see how actually ISKCON came. When we were under the impression that everything Prabhupada said would happen, so there was no controversy at the time. And it wasn't until 1978 that we saw all these changes that I had to write these letters to Satsvarup Maharaj. Anyway, he said, questions were asked by Tamal Prabhupada, should we put Vyasa-sons in the temple room? Prabhupada immediately said, no, that would create enmity among my disciples.
I think we'll come back to that point. That was in June.
It's not available at the archives.
Okay, so I'd like to move on to the 25th of May. At that time, Yashodanandana Das,
Then Swami